everyone, my name is Angelica, and thank you for joining me at the writer's table with This is Improv. Today, we're going to be talking about finding your ending. If you're like me and some of my cast, you have trouble knowing when to stop. Well, today we're going to learn how to let go and finish up your story. So what does a scene that goes on far too long look like? Well, maybe you were playing on stage and you have this one game that your audience loved. They cracked up every time they saw it, or every time a bit was done on stage. Well, you kept going with the bit.
And going, and going, and going.
Until your scene is about 13 minutes long and everyone wants to go to the bathroom or find popcorn under their chairs. That's how desperate they are to get out of that scene. It doesn't mean that your scene isn't great, it's just too long to hold on that audience attention. When we write a scene or a sketch, usually we try to keep it to about 5 minutes. And this means we have to get to the point quickly. We're going to talk about editing later, but today we're just going to talk about how to find the ending of your scene. So how are we going to get there? The key here is your plot arch. So if you remember, we went over our plot arch before, and a lot of people like to free write. Think about Stephen King. He's a huge advocate for writing his story from beginning to end as cleanly as possible, but with no real idea of where it's going to go, no huge pointers. He just feels the story out and lets it live, lets it breathe. If you do have a tendency to never find your end point, a plot arch might be better for you, because instead of having to feel when you're going to stop, you're actually telling yourself and forcing yourself to stop or to reach certain points at certain times. So stories you might want to think of are epics, like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. These stories, these epics, have huge worlds created around them. So literally the author could go anywhere, but there is a goal in mind. And in achieving that goal, the author finds their ending. So in Lord of the Rings, Frodo has to destroy the ring in Mordor. And in achieving or not achieving that goal, I'm not going to say the ending, it's a well-known story, but some of you might not have read it, you should. Now, whether or not he destroys the ring is the conclusion or the objective of that story. Once he has done that or has failed in doing that, the story is over. Essentially, you're just killing the tide. This is it. Imagine if Frodo, at the end, instead of destroying the ring, had a whole sub-story where he just went fishing with Sam. Literally. They just went fishing for hours. And we decided to write in that whole scene instead of getting to the point and finishing. Does it have anything to do with the story? Does it have anything to do with our goal? No. We get to see more Sam, but we don't find our ending. So we want to think about, how do we achieve our goal as efficiently as possible while still getting in the story and still having fun and connecting with our characters. Now, as improvisers, we have something very special. In our writing process, we should be creating the scene and bringing it to the stage to test it out. So essentially, we're going to be seeing what works and doesn't work live in front of our audience. The audience is going to laugh, telling us it works, or hit us with tomatoes, telling us it doesn't work, but giving us something to eat for dinner. So in this way, you get to see when the audience loses their attention and what might be a good cutoff point for your scene. So I think we found the end of this episode. If you have any questions, feel free to send us a message or enroll in one of our classes where you get some personalized help with whatever you're trying to write. We can help you find your ending. Make sure to also subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and like us on Facebook. And most importantly, if you have any questions for future videos, make sure to write them in or post what you've come up with so we can see what you guys have created on your own. Thank you for joining me at the writer's table. My name is Angelica, and this is Improv. I've only done 2 takes. Yay, proud of me.